We all have the potential to improve, and I've certainly gotten better over time. I remember the first time I had to speak in front of a group. I stood up, but my mind seemed to sit right back down. I was so nervous that I could barely think straight. But let me share the secret to how I succeeded. I faced my fear head on and did it anyway. I kept pushing myself to do it, even when I was terrified or not feeling my best. I spoke up even when things were tough, when the situation wasn't ideal, and when people didn't seem to appreciate what I was doing. Many times I didn't even know exactly what I was doing, but that didn't stop me. The key was that I didn't back down. I kept going, kept standing up, and kept facing those fears, no matter how daunting they seemed. I just did it anyway, regardless of how difficult it felt. Now, let's talk about failure. Is it a failure if you put a lot of effort into something and it doesn't turn out as you hoped? Absolutely not. Is it a failure if you launch a new product and it doesn't perform well in the market? Not at all. There's no failure in giving your all to something, even if it doesn't succeed the way you wanted. The only true failure is when you don't even try. If success is about making consistent progress towards your goals, then failure is when there's no progress at all, not even an attempt. Success and failure are closely connected to how much ambition you have. It's not just about the results, it's about the effort you put in and the courage to take on challenges. Here's the most important thing to understand. Success comes from doing, while failure comes from not doing. It's really that simple. Over the years, I found myself standing on stages like this one, receiving the most incredible introductions, the warmest responses, and the best welcomes I could ever imagine. It's been the greatest opportunity of my life to connect with so many people, using words that come straight from my heart and soul. I've improved little by little, day by day, week by week, and month by month. And now I want to encourage you to walk the same path of continuous improvement. Keep striving to get better until your influence reaches far and wide. Work on developing the kind of impact that doesn't fade over time, reach people next year that you couldn't reach this year, and touch lives now that were out of your reach before. Hold meetings now that once seemed impossible for you. Speak with a depth that adds meaning and connection, a depth that wasn't there before. Keep growing, keep evolving, and keep making a lasting impact on those around you. I'm urging every one of you to keep getting better, no matter what challenges you face, no matter how tough the times might be. Whether you're dealing with financial difficulties, personal setbacks, or other struggles, it's crucial to keep moving forward and become stronger despite these obstacles. We all go through our own personal winters, those tough times that test our resilience. But it's during these winters that we must continue to grow and improve, emerging even better on the other side. There's no real value in learning just for the sake of learning. Wisdom and faith are incredibly powerful tools, but they only become truly valuable when you put them into action. Think of the word deposited. When you take the wisdom and faith you've gained and actively apply them, you're making an investment in your actions. This kind of investment can lead to the creation of something remarkable, a successful business, an educational institution, a thriving career, or a meaningful relationship. It's not enough to simply learn. You have to use what you've learned in a practical way to make a positive difference in various areas of your life. Having the right ideas and having faith believing that these ideas can bring about incredible results is crucial. But now it's time to act on those thoughts. Every single one of us has the potential to improve, to grow, and to become better than we were yesterday. So let's fully embrace the idea of personal development and growth. This is the lesson my teacher shared with me, and it changed my life. Here's the key point. For things to get better, you've got to get better. Instead of wishing for external circumstances to change, focus on changing yourself from within. Don't waste time hoping for a better seed or better soil, thinking that will fix everything. That's what we call naive, because this is the only planet you've got, the only life you have. Instead, ask for the wisdom, strength, and determination to become wiser, stronger, and better each day. Seek to improve your skills and abilities so you can handle your own responsibilities more effectively. Personal growth and development are what it's all about, making yourself the best version of who you can be so you can successfully navigate through the challenges life throws your way. When you focus on becoming better, everything else in your life starts to improve too. Here's an important message. Make it your mission to continuously improve yourself. I've talked about these three words before: study, practice, and teach. These are not just simple actions. They're essential steps that can help future generations achieve things they never thought possible. When you dedicate time to studying, practicing, and teaching, you're doing more than just learning for yourself. you're also empowering others who will come after you. It's crucial that you take responsibility for your own education. This isn't about sitting back and waiting for someone else to teach you. It's about actively participating in your own learning process. We all need to embrace the journey of studying, practicing, and teaching, not just to better ourselves, but to make a positive impact on the world around us. Think back to the early years of your life when we were kids. We didn't have much of a choice. We had to go to school, right? It was a requirement, especially through high school. But some people reach a point where they say, I finished school, and they stop there. And that's fine, but here's an important clue. Zig Ziglar said it best. Don't finish your education. Learning shouldn't stop just because you've completed formal schooling. Education is a lifelong journey. The moment you decide you're done learning, you limit your potential. Instead, keep studying new things, keep practicing what you learn, and share that knowledge by teaching others. This continuous cycle of learning and growth is what leads to real improvement, not just for you, but for everyone you influence. Formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. So make it a priority to never stop educating yourself. Always seek out new knowledge, hone your skills, and pass on what you've learned to others. This is how you contribute to a better future, one where you and those around you can achieve extraordinary things. Education is something that never really ends. It's a journey that continues throughout our entire lives. It doesn't stop when you finish high school or graduate from college. Formal education, the kind you get in school, can help you make a living. It can get you a job. But self-education, the learning you do on your own, can do so much more. It can help you build a fortune. While formal education can set you up with a career, it's self-education that can truly make you wealthy in knowledge, skills, and even financially. So it's important to understand that education is an ongoing process that goes far beyond the walls of a classroom. That's why I'm encouraging you to keep doing what you're doing today. Never stop seeking knowledge. Make it a habit to stay curious, to develop a strong interest in ideas that have the potential to change your life for the better. And once you've gained that wisdom, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your children, with others who can benefit from it. One of the most exciting things I've experienced since I started learning all these valuable lessons is discovering how to pass them along to others. There's something incredibly fulfilling about sharing what you've learned and watching others grow because of it. But here's the thing, we often have plenty of information at our fingertips, yet the real challenge is in applying that information to our lives. For example, we've all heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's simple advice, something anyone can do. But as the saying goes, what's easy to do is also easy not to do. I remember once hearing someone jokingly mix it up, saying a Hershey bar a day. Of course, you'd correct them saying, no, you've been watching too much TV. It's not a Hershey bar, it's an apple. The point is, if you choose the Hershey bar over the apple, then you're the one who has to deal with the consequences. If your health starts to decline, it's no one else's fault but your own. So it's not just about gathering information, it's about making sure we're putting that knowledge into action, especially when it comes to our well-being. Let's commit to not just learning, but actually applying what we learn, making choices that lead to a healthier, more successful life. If there are a few basic habits you won't practice or a few important values you won't let guide you, you might find yourself facing some serious challenges. You could end up with an empty bank account, a heart that feels hollow, a soul that's drained, and not enough energy or good health to get through the day. But here's the good news. Anyone who wants to can turn things around. And this is where life change really begins, so take note. Life change can start with something as simple as an apple. Yes, you heard that right, an apple. It might seem surprising that such a basic step could make a difference, but think about it. If you want to improve your life, where better to start than with something small and manageable? It's about taking that first step, no matter how small it seems, to set yourself on a path toward better health, more energy, and a stronger life overall. We've all been through tough times. We know what it's like to face challenges and go through what I like to call personal winners. Those are the cold, difficult seasons in life that test our strength and resilience. But here's the key. Instead of wishing for an easier winter, wish for more wisdom, more strength, and more courage to face whatever comes your way. The goal isn't to avoid tough times, but to improve yourself, to become better, wiser, and stronger so you can handle them with grace and confidence. As Tom Peters, a well-known author, once said, the only way to avoid serious trouble today is by not trying, not failing, and not pushing yourself to grow. But here's the truth. Success is all about doing. You have to be active, you have to get out there and make things happen. Success isn't something that just falls into your lap. It's about making the most of what you already have, whether that's your resources, skills, knowledge, or talents. It's about putting in the effort and striving to get the best results from what's within your reach. Life doesn't necessarily give us what we need. It responds to what we deserve. It's not about life being designed to automatically meet our needs. It's designed to reward us based on the effort we put in and the actions we take. Once you really understand this principle, I'm telling you, it can change your life. When you start living with this mindset, you begin to see that the power to improve your life lies in your own hands, in the choices you make, and in the actions you take every single day. The ancient law of life doesn't operate on the idea that if you need something, you'll automatically get it. It doesn't work that way. Instead, the ancient law is quite clear. If you plant, you will reap. If you sow, you will reap. Some people might hope that simply needing or wanting something badly enough will make it come to them, but that's not how life works. If you truly want to reap rewards, whether in your personal life, your career, or your relationships, you have to put in the effort. You have to plant the seeds. It's in your own best interest to learn how to plant those seeds, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of everyone involved. Life doesn't respond to need alone. Imagine going out to a field and saying to the soil, I need a crop. The soil would just sit there, unresponsive, maybe even smiling back at you in a metaphorical way. What the soil or life itself would say is, don't just tell me what you need, bring me something to work with. Bring me your effort, your discipline, your passion, and your willingness to serve. Give me these things and I'll give back to you in abundance twofold, fivefold, even tenfold what you've put in. So it's not about just expressing your needs, it's about bringing your seeds. This means bringing your willingness to learn, your readiness to adapt and change, your commitment to personal growth, your courage to face life's challenges, and your dedication to nurturing whatever it is you want to see grow. When you plant these seeds, life responds by rewarding you with growth, success, and abundance. The idea is simple. What you give is what you get. If you put in the time, energy, and effort, you will see the results. But if you just stand there waiting and hoping, nothing will happen. So start planting those seeds today and watch as life begins to give back to you in ways you never imagined possible. If you want to receive a fruitful return in life, you have to approach it with the mindset of bringing something valuable to the table rather than just focusing on your needs or desires. It's about being proactive, willing to learn new things, adapt to changes, grow as a person, face the challenges that come your way, and contribute positively to the environment and people around you. This mindset is key to achieving meaningful results and creating a life that's rich and rewarding. Now, here's something important to note. Activity is what completes the miracle process of turning nothing into something. It's not enough to simply wish or hope for things to change. You have to take action. This is why I firmly believe that the old formula of 6 days of active work and 1 day of rest and reflection makes so much sense. Those 6 days are meant for you to be fully engaged in working on your miracles, the goals, and the projects that matter to you. And that 7th day, it's your chance to step back, rest, and reflect on how well your miracle working process is going. Use that day of rest to ask yourself, have you missed anything? Are there areas where you could improve or focus more? It's not just about resting. It's also a time for studying, evaluating your progress, and making sure you're on the right track. Once you've taken that time to reflect, see if you can come up with a plan to boost your activity or make it more effective in the coming week. The goal is to continuously refine and sharpen your actions so that they produce significant results that not only bring you closer to your goals, but also enrich your life and make it truly worthwhile. Remember, it's the consistent, dedicated activity that finishes the miracle process. By combining hard work with thoughtful reflection, you create a powerful cycle of growth and achievement. This approach doesn't just lead to success. It leads to a life filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. So commit to bringing your best each day and watch as life responds by giving you the fruitful returns you've been working toward. Life becomes truly worthwhile when you commit to learning. One of the most important ways to learn is through your own personal experiences. Think about the past 6 years of your life. Maybe you've done a lot of things right, or perhaps you've made some mistakes along the way. I remember learning this valuable lesson from my mentor, Mr. Schoaf, when I was just 25 years old, and it's something that has stuck with me ever since. So don't just brush aside the last 6 years of your life as if they don't matter. 6 years is a significant amount of time, and it's worth taking the opportunity to review, evaluate, and reflect on everything you've been through. Look back at your experiences to see if you're on the right path or if there are some adjustments you need to make. By closely examining your own journey, you can gain insights that will help you move forward with greater clarity and purpose. Another powerful way to learn is by drawing from the experiences of others. This is not just about avoiding mistakes, but about gathering the wisdom that other people have accumulated over their lifetimes. Learning from the experiences of others is an incredibly effective way to gain knowledge without having to go through the same challenges yourself. Consider this. If someone went through a tough situation for 5 years and then wrote a book about their experience, you could learn everything they discovered in just 5 days by reading that book. Isn't that an amazing advantage? It's like getting a shortcut to wisdom, but it only works if you take the time to actually read the book. So whether it's through your own experiences or by learning from others, the key is to stay open to the lessons life has to offer. Every experience, whether good or bad, has something valuable to teach you. And by embracing this approach, you make life richer and more meaningful. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep using the knowledge you gain to create a life that is truly worthwhile. I get it, this isn't easy stuff. It's not something you can just casually breeze through or take lightly. It demands a remarkable level of dedication to learning and developing your skills. But here's the thing. I believe this kind of effort is absolutely necessary if you want to uncover the treasures that life is waiting for you. Think of it as paying a small price for the incredible rewards that come with living a full and successful life. The first step is to enhance your learning by doing some extra reading and making a strong commitment to excellence in everything you do. But that's just the beginning. The second step is to recognize that life is worthwhile if you try. It's not enough to just know things, you've got to put that knowledge into action. Can you succeed in the next challenge that comes your way? We don't know yet. And the only way to find out is to try. How else will we discover if you've got what it takes to be a winner in the next game? The answer is simple. You've got to make a commitment to try. When the final story of your life is written, let it reflect both your victories and your setbacks. But whatever you do, don't let it show that you didn't play. How would you explain that? How would you justify not even stepping up to the plate? So you've got to play. You've got to try and see what you can make happen in your life. Think of life as a series of games. And the key is to jump in and participate. Imagine I set up a bar at 3 feet high and ask who can jump over it. People will respond in different ways. Some might be unsure, some might feel confident. But here's the truth. We won't know if you can clear that bar unless you take a run at it. That's the only way to find out. You've got to take a run at the challenge, give it your best shot, and see how high you can go. Life is about putting yourself out there, trying, and learning from every experience. Whether you succeed or stumble, it's the effort and the willingness to take on the challenge that counts. So don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the game, take a run at whatever challenge lies ahead, and see what you're capable of achieving. The treasures of life are waiting, but they only reveal themselves to those who are willing to take that leap and try. Some people might try to lower the bar on their first try, but that doesn't mean they can't jump 3 feet high. It just means they need to try again. So here's a tip. Don't give up after the first attempt. Try again. Give it another go, but this time maybe do it differently, add more speed, or change your approach. There are so many ways to keep trying, so embrace the idea of making an effort. Remember that each time you try, it's a chance to learn, improve, and find out what you're really capable of. Now let's talk about something important, sticking with things even when they get tough. Life is worth living if you learn how to persevere. Think of it like this. You need to stay committed to a task from the beginning of spring all the way to the end of fall. A lot of people start something in the spring, but when summer comes and it gets hot, they quit. They're gone as soon as things get uncomfortable. But if you really want to succeed, you have to learn to stay, even if the first part of the journey is hard. Quitting when things get tough isn't an option. You've got to stick with it and keep going. Imagine someone who starts building the foundation for a house, but then decides to leave and start building another foundation somewhere else. They never stay long enough to finish the house, putting up the walls and adding the roof. The lesson here is that you need to learn how to stay committed, face the challenges, and see things through to the end. You have to learn to stick it out and hang in there no matter what. Finally, life is meaningful when you care. Caring is a big deal in being human. If you care, you'll see some results, but if you care a lot, you'll see amazing results. Caring means valuing each day and making the most of your time. It's about caring for people and helping them reach their potential. It's about caring for your work or business by treating it with respect and keeping its reputation strong. And most importantly, it's about caring for yourself. Taking care of yourself means you're dedicated to becoming the best version of who you can be. It's about pushing yourself to do the most you can, achieving as much as possible, and truly reaching your full potential. In other words, caring for yourself is about becoming everything you're capable of being. This kind of self-care doesn't just change your life. It can also have a positive impact on the lives of those around you. Now let's think about the basics or fundamentals of anything. These are the core principles that anyone can learn. When it comes to staying healthy, there are just a few essential fundamentals. If someone were to say, I'll teach you 50 basics for good health, you might feel overwhelmed and confused. But that's not really how it works. Take learning to play basketball as an example. To play well, you need to master the fundamentals. And how many are there? Just a few, probably 5 or 6. If you're really dedicated, maybe you could stretch it to 7 or 8. But that's about it. The same idea applies to maintaining good health. You don't need to understand 50 different basics to be successful, just a small number, like 6, 7, or 8. Focusing on these few key fundamentals is what will help you really understand and use them effectively. The fascinating thing is that there aren't any new fundamentals. This knowledge has been around for a very long time. So if someone comes along and says, we've discovered new truths, you should be careful. The truth is, real truths are old. You can learn more about them and explore them further, but there's no such thing as a completely new truth. Imagine someone saying, I'm creating new antiques. That would sound a little strange, right? It's the same with skills and fundamentals. They're like antiques. They've been around for ages. Take a moment to write this down. Make sure that what you believe and do comes from your own careful thinking. It's important to study and think things through for yourself. For example, let's say you read a book about health and nutrition that says, follow this advice and you'll live forever. But then you find another book that says, if you follow what the first book says, you'll die young. Now, what do? It puts you in a tricky situation, doesn't it? Which book should you trust? Here's something important to remember. Neither of those books has the complete and final answer. Instead of just blindly believing one or the other, read both books and think about them. Engage with the ideas, evaluate what makes sense to you, and consider what seems believable or not. This way you can form your own conclusions based on what you've learned. The truth is, the closest we can get to understanding the truth is by recognizing that this might be as close as anyone can get. None of us can say with absolute certainty what the truth is. We just don't have that ability. What we can observe is that opposites often seem to be in conflict, and we find ourselves somewhere in between those extremes. It's important to engage in thoughtful study and participate in lively discussions. Having debates with others and exchanging ideas and viewpoints can be very beneficial. For example, if someone is discussing what Jim Rohn meant by a particular statement, you might wonder if it really matters in your life, while someone else might think it's very important. It's good to be part of these discussions and hear different perspectives. But there's another key aspect: having a debate within your own mind. Think carefully about what seems good and what doesn't. Eventually, you'll need to form your own conclusions. This requires making an effort to read a lot, study carefully, and take detailed notes. Once you've gathered all that information, the next crucial step is to decide what is valuable enough to try, what's worth doing, and what can improve the parts of your life that are already moving in a good direction. This is the essence of studying, using, and sharpening your mind to make the best choices for yourself. The key idea here: success is something you attract by the person you become. If you want to be around people who have positive qualities, you need to develop those qualities in yourself first. If you want to attract powerful and influential people, you must become powerful and influential too. Similarly, if you want others to be committed to you, you need to show commitment in your own actions. Instead of focusing all your energy on trying to change or influence others, shift that focus toward improving yourself. Invest more time and effort into your personal growth than you do into your job or other external pursuits. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. By working on becoming a better version of yourself, you naturally start to attract success. The key is to make yourself valuable by embodying the qualities you wish to see in others. To truly make yourself attractive to success, you need to develop a wide range of qualities: be skillful, competent, willing to learn, powerful, unique, sophisticated, cultured, and capable of managing and controlling different situations. The real key to your future lies in your personal development. Remember, the greatest gift you can give to someone else is your own personal development, your self-improvement, and the investment you make in yourself. When you work on becoming the best version of yourself, that is the most valuable gift you can offer to others. Your personal growth not only benefits you, but also enhances the lives of those around you. Imagine if I could become 10 times wiser, 10 times stronger, 10 times brighter, and 10 times more competent. Just think about the incredible impact that would have on my success. By growing and developing yourself, you can greatly influence your future and create opportunities you never thought possible. When you focus on self-development, you set yourself up for success. Investing in yourself earns you not only success, but also respect from others. Self-sacrifice usually earns contempt. Self-development and self-investment earn respect. If you want to keep improving your future, it's important to continuously work on becoming better, stronger, wiser, and more competent. Think of it as making a long-term investment in yourself. The more you enhance your abilities and qualities, the more attractive you become, not just to others, but to success itself. So the key to a better future really lies in your commitment to constant self-improvement and personal growth. The major key to your better future is you.